9.5 months ago, I set off on a round the world travel video adventure with no real plan of what I was going to do. But I did have a 7-item bucket list of things I wanted to achieve. So 9.5 months in, how am I going with that list? What have I achieved? Item number 1, to travel the world. So I have been travelling the world, so that bucket list item has been ticked off for 9.5 months in fact. And in doing that, I've actually met other digital nomads who are making money from all sorts of interesting ways. I met one guy who was playing poker in Thailand, realising that to live in Thailand was like, 1/4 of the cost of living in the UK. I met a guy from Poland who was trading shares, pretty much could live anywhere with an internet connection. But I've also found constant movement can be a bit of a pain in the arse. So I think I've found the way to actually do it, to do short stints of travel, say 6 to 8 weeks, and then stop and actually have a break and catch up with my editing and actually do things that you normally do, like read books and have a gym membership or whatever. Item number 2, to film the world. Item number 3, to get paid to film the world. After 9.5 months of travel, I've actually got more money in the coffers than when I left Australia. And one thing I've realised is that when you travel, particularly in Southeast Asia, it can actually be a lot cheaper than living in Australia, the UK or America. But you've just got to find that income source to make it work. And I feel that I'm not actually making enough money from online video. Even though I haven't lost out, I've done better than break even, ad revenue is still not up there. You've got to have other streams, passive income streams. I can see that improving, but I think the problem now is YouTube's become the biggest TV station in the world and everyone wants a piece. So now to become popular on YouTube, you need to have a marketing budget. The little fella doing it by himself just doesn't cut it anymore. Item number 4, to get fit. 9.5 months on the road, lugging 30 kilos of gear on my back, eating strange foods from around the world. You know what? I've lost about 5 kilos, but there's been some rough patches. I started smoking again, and I've since given up. I found as a traveller, you'll always find an opportunity to have a drink, or someone to have a drink with, and that can lead to a problem when you're doing that every night. But generally, the Get Fit objective has worked. I've lost weight, all that procrastinating fat, and it feels good. Item number 5, to find a travelling partner. No. Cultural differences, age differences, bad decisions, the differences between men and women. No. And this is probably the hardest thing that I find about constant travel, that you meet great people and then you move on. And you never really develop those friendships that long-term, the long-term knowing of someone brings. Item number 6, to make a difference. The more I see, the less I know. Take it away, Matt Johnson. Item number 7, to find a home. To find a home will pretty much be the end result of all my travels, which, the way it's going, could take years. So what have I learned? To observe and not react. That my view of the world is determined by the way I was brought up and the culture that I was raised in. And the important lesson, without people you're nothing. Tell them, Joe, I am the most unorganised traveller you could care to meet. I can't pronunciate a single word of another language to save myself, and I have no itinerary, no schedule, and yet I've managed to do this, find some amazing stories, meet some amazing people, and that's the big lesson. Without other people, you are nothing. Which really makes me wonder where I take this from here, because I'm trying to do this all by myself. And I don't think it's the way to do it. So for all those who have been following my journey from the very start, I thank you. Wherever you are, whatever part of the world you're in, I hope by seeing me do it, it's inspired you to maybe do it if it's also your dream. Still in Asia, but the whole world to do. Who knows where this is going to go. It's a crazy thing to do though, let me tell you. Crazy!